Yo! Oh my god! What?
So, how do you do this vlog thing, jiggy? Oh, cut. So, I am FunkDat. FPV? Is that how you say it? Why do they say FPV all the time? Look. No, that's not working. So, hey, I'm Carlton. I am a disabled veteran from Virginia, and I was looking for a way to combat my chronic pain from military injuries. One of the big things that I had problems with, I had back surgery in 1995, which basically left me debilitated, not able to walk a lot. The surgery was a L5-S1 laminectomy discectomy, and it basically, after the surgery, it pretty much destroyed everything, made it difficult to walk. Any type of car rides were out of the question, things like that, and that lasted for a very long time. One of my big things while I was in the military, I was actually planning to go to Warrant Officer School, become a helicopter pilot, and unfortunately those dreams were destroyed after the back surgery. So after all these years of dealing with chronic pain, dealing with psychological damage from constant worrying, dealing with physical problems from numerous medicines from the Veterans Hospital, it got to a point where I needed something to be able to take my mind off this chronic pain. One of the big things that I had found in late 2014, I think it was, or 2015, I came across a TPS video of them flying over the wrecked cruise passenger ship. And I said, how are these guys doing this? This is really cool. Started doing some more research and found a lot of guys doing FPV, which totally blew my mind at the time. Unfortunately, because of some additional injuries, 2016, I kind of held off. It wasn't until the first part of 2017 that I started to feel better to where I could actually go out and try to fly. Unfortunately, getting into this hobby the learning curve is really steep, and I needed something or someone to help me and guide me to get things started. I posted around in a few groups on Facebook, and actually come across the Prop Busters here in Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia Beach area, and Rob Garland said, hey, why don't you come out to one of our events, check us out, see how you like it. And I went out to a Williamsburg event. It was amazing. So Rob goes through and he basically sets up the quad for me, which is an MQC Fusion. I bought the motors, the flight controller, and all that, but he showed me the ropes of how to get things set up. Did probably 95% of the work, I'm not going to lie, because it was intimidating at the time. He then showed me how to set up goggles, all that stuff. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I'm at this point. I know I'm still learning, I'm still not that great, but he really did bring me from like here to here that fast. Rob takes me out on my first flight, and this is where we come into the video talking about the first flight and everything. So let's go check it out. So the quad that I'm actually flying for the very first time is a MQC Fusion. Rob went through and helped me set everything up on it. It ran flawless despite my flying, and I'm actually using the Hero 4 at this point, which I eventually switched over to the Session, but I actually totally destroyed that 4 as well. So let me take you on my first FPV journey.
What's up, world? Loco FPV here. Carlton, what's up? AKA FunkDat. Aiden, AKA Aiden's Adventures. Go check that out on YouTube. Subscribe. You'll love it. First flight, how do you feel?
Scared.
Scared?
I'm a little bit, but I'm like cool. I'm like, if I crash, I crash. It's whatever. So
he was able to get up this morning and put his pink panties on. And first FPV flight right here, fellas.
Oh, God.
Right here, world. Deuces. See you in the sky.
So this is my very first FPV flight, and really nervous at this point. I take off, doing pretty good here, still feeling kind of uneasy about the controls. I'm having trouble seeing the horizon as well, and I notice I start to come backwards, and as I come down I bounce and flip over, and I fumble with the arm switch and can't exactly get it turned off quite in time. So yeah, that was my very first flight.
That was interesting.
I was like, holy crap, I can't see the horizon, Rob. I can't see.
Take 2. We adjusted the camera angle down because I actually was messing with him and put it up too high. So we adjusted the camera angle down. Hopefully we'll get a little bit better flight out of this one, and we'll see how she goes. See you in there.
So this is my second flight, and I take off pretty good. Got a pretty good takeoff, and I still feel kind of uneasy on the controls. Still kind of wobbly, and still having trouble seeing the horizon in the goggles. You'll notice that I start to come backwards. I'm really nervous about moving forward because it seems to get too fast at the time. And just as I start to come backwards, I start to lose control, trying to come around again, and yeah, I just totally lose control at this point, and try to land and end up bouncing over.
Take 45. I'm just teasing. This is flight number 3. We've dropped his camera angle down to -3. We did drop the camera angle down a little bit. Did great on the first flight coming through. Actually made it around and came back. And here we go. Flight number 3.
So flight number 3 turns out to be one of the worst of the day because I take off, I go way too fast, and I lose control. And as I come around, I land into the dirt, and the GoPro ejects about 20 feet. Let's take a look at that in slow motion. So even though this is in slow motion, it did seem like it took forever with the spinning and would not stop. Flight 3, and I crashed. But we also lost the antenna, and we cannot find it. And the GoPro came off too. So I did good. Yay! So this is about the 4th or 5th flight, and I've kind of sped it up a little bit because it's pretty much the same thing of me crashing and landing backwards and bouncing all over the place.
Oh yeah, we got some dirt. We got some dirt on the shit. You ain't crashing, you ain't flying.
So this is like the 5th or 6th flight, and the takeoffs are doing really well, but I'm still having trouble with moving forward. I'm getting afraid of doing that whole speed thing, and so I'm just kind of going around, bounce a couple times, and actually flip over. And at this point, Lou is flying over top of me and laughing the entire time, which is pretty funny. So after a long day of flying, lots of crashes, I just wanted to say thank you to Lou, Rob, and Nick. They were very instrumental in getting me up and flying and giving a lot of support, which is much needed in this support. So again, thank you. And hold on for a second. I want to show you how I went from crashing to doing a couple of flips in only like a couple of days. Here, check this out.